morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning tea. I'm your girl, Alex Schiffman, and joining me again for another week is Miss Monsi Bolanos. Hey, Monsi.
Hey, girl. Happy November. Happy Monday Fun Day. Here we are. You look great. Let's kick off the week.
It's Monday Bun Day. All right, let's talk about that bun because that is looking good. And I know what that bun's about. That is a Monday. Hair is dirty and we don't have time to look beautiful, but we still need to look beautiful, right? Am I wrong?
You know it, girl. And also, when my hair is dirty, the bun tends to stay in places I want it to stay.
Yeah. Guys, there is so much dry shampoo in my hair. I can't wait to get through today and then look fresh tomorrow again because Mondays, Tea Tribe, you know how it is. It's just a little harder on Mondays. You know what I mean? But it is November. It's a huge week, of course. We got election day tomorrow, so we will get to that. But how was your weekend, Monty? Did you have a good Halloween weekend?
Yeah, I had fun. Definitely more tamed than I wish it would have been because of the situation. But yeah, I actually dressed up as Scar from The Lion King. Yeah, I had a friend we did not even plan this properly. A Monday, so a week ago, we were just like, oh, what should we do? We made reservations to Ballast Point in downtown Disney, and we were like, let's go have dinner, but we should dress up. We're going to downtown Disney. And we were looking for a costume. Long story short, I love Disney. I love the villains. And she just happened to say, I can make you Scar. And I was like, no, you can't. She's like, I can do it. And I literally sat right there. We were at her place, and I was like, okay, do it. Start. And on Monday, she did a test run and did my makeup, and I was like, I did not know you could do this. So
wow.
We did it again, and she was Hades. Hades, the villain of Hercules.
Yeah.
She was Hades, and I was Scar. And if I have it on my Instagram, so go to my Instagram if you want to see it. She did such a good job. I don't even feel like it's me. You know how sometimes you see yourself with makeup, and you're like, oh, that's me with makeup. I literally was like, doesn't even look like that's me under.
Wow. So did she do like special effects on you?
I wouldn't say special effects. We didn't put any prosthetics, anything like that, but it was all makeup, all different kinds of, I don't know makeup. So she just brought stuff out and started playing with it.
I love it.
Yeah, and I didn't know this about her. She's been like one of my best friends for years, and she studied theater. She's an actress. You guys have probably seen her. She was in United We Fall, which aired just a couple of weeks ago on ABC. And I didn't know this about her. I was like, girl, how have we not spent time and effort with you creating my face into different things all these years? So now I'm literally like sending her photos. Can you do this? Can you do this? Let's do it.
Oh my gosh, I love that. That is amazing. I got to check it out after the show because that's super cool. Yeah. And of course, love The Lion King. So love that you were Scar. But T-Tribe, if you're just joining us, let us know in the chat, where are you watching the morning tea from this morning? And what costume were you for Halloween? And how did you celebrate? I actually went down to Palm Desert to visit my mom with my boyfriend, and her community, they have little golf carts and they dress them up like Halloween decorations, and they did like a little parade, because everyone has to stay at home right now, and it was really, really cute. And we had to like vote, who had the best golf cart, and they had like a Flintstone themes one. They had a cobweb spider one. I mean, they went full out, and it was really, really fun. And, different. Of course, Halloween was different for everyone this year, but, we had a little dinner and did it kind of like at home style.
Yeah, for sure. But did you dress up, or you were just enjoying the festivities?
I was a bumblebee. I did it, casual, just simple. So we had 2 bumblebees, me and my mom, and then we had a bee catcher, my boyfriend. So we just made it easy and dressed up. So it was fun. Yeah. But let's take it over to the chat. I want to see, Katie said, me, my boyfriend, and our dog Elsa dressed up as pirates. Katie, I heard it was your birthday. I saw in the chat earlier. Happy birthday, Katie. Yeah. Of course, Katie joins us almost every morning. So love to see that. Everyone wish Katie a happy birthday. This is so Oh, Amanda is joining us from Massachusetts once again. Cass is coming to us from Chicago, Illinois. Love it so much. May is joining us from the Philippines. That's super cool. I also want to talk about some celebrity Halloween costumes because the celebrities went all out. Did you have a favorite celebrity costume that you saw, Monsi?
I mean, they kill it every year, but Neil Patrick Harris and his family, every year, like that's one of the ones that I look forward to the most. And this year they killed it again. They were Willy Wonka and the whole gang. Like it was so stinking cute. And they just, you could tell that they love this holiday. And so they go with every detail of it. And that's what I love, like they just go
gosh.
all out. And they were a group one. So I loved Neil Patrick Harris and his family. So stinking cute. What about you?
I don't know if you guys saw Lizzo's costume, but Lizzo was WAP. She was a kitty and then dressed fully as like water droplets. She was amazing. I also loved Heidi Klum, who did this like short film. I don't know. You guys have to check out her Instagram. And she basically was like a bulletin board. So it was all things like Halloween at home. So she, became one with the sheets. She was one with the wall and the bulletin board. It was super amazing. Of course, I loved Kris Jenner. Did you see Kris Jenner?
Yes. Oh. I wouldn't have imagined her to pick that costume. Like if you would have given me multiple choice options, like, all right, she's about to come out. These are the 5 options. Jack Skellington is one of them. I would have never picked Jack Skellington.
She killed it. Love that. Yeah. I also loved, if you guys saw Tana Mojo and Noah Cyrus, they did Kim Kardashian and Paris Hilton. Yeah. They killed that. I mean, there were a lot of great celebrity things. Dwayne Wade, Gabrielle Union, they did like a s'more. She was a Hershey kiss. He was the graham cracker and the baby was the marshmallow. Super cute. T-Tribe, let us know any of your favorite celebrity Halloween costumes. Halsey. Oh my God. Halsey's body looked incredible. I think she was Poison Ivy. Amazing. Brenda says Russell and Sierra, The Weeknd. Oh yes. We will get to The Weeknd's Nutty Professor costume later on in the show because he almost won Halloween. You know what I mean? Yeah. Kanye said he won Halloween. But
ones where you're like, that's not The Weeknd. Like I can't tell who's under that. Yeah.
No, you did not know. And that's when you really win Halloween, when you pick a costume and you don't know who is wearing the costume. You've made it.
Yes.
I love it. All right. Well, Monsi, T-Tribe, let me break down what we have on the show today because, of course, we have a lot more post-Halloween tea to spill today. Starting off with some costumes by Lil Nas X and Travis Scott. That sparked some backlash on social media. Justin Bieber is opening up about some mental health struggles in his documentary released last week. T-Tribe, I don't know if you checked it out yet, but we're going to break down that. Plus, Gigi and Zayn showing off their little girl for Halloween. Well, sort of. And Noah Centineo having more dating rumors with Kylie's bestie, Stassi. We're also talking about Taylor Swift. I see you guys in the chat getting the go-ahead to re-record her old albums. This is so exciting. Plus some new concerts coming to LiveStream this week. And one of the scariest things ever posted to social media. Or amazing. We'll get to that. Then behind the Kar Jenner gates, we're talking about Kendall Jenner's 25th Halloween birthday bash and whether or not Scott Disick and Amelia Hamlin being spotted together should set off some new couple alerts. I don't know about that. And then finally, for our OMT story of the day, we are breaking down what Selena Gomez's IV drip in her recent Instagram live that we spoke about last week, but sources have confirmed what was going on there. So stick around for that later on in the show because we got some good Selena tea for you, or just a little explanation. So this is a packed Monday. Of course, Monday, we are always filled with some good tea because we got to catch up on like 3 days of celebrity tea. You know what I mean?
Right. And after a holiday. So it's like even more stuff. Like we could have this show be 3 hours if we really wanted to, because there's so much.
Yes, amazing. All right, well, let's get right into it. Of course, we kick it off with You Missed It, and these are all the stories you may have missed over the weekend. Don't worry, we handle all the trending tea for you. And first up, we're talking about Lil Nas X taking Halloween by storm with his Nicki Minaj costume. Posting to Twitter last Friday, Lil Nas X dressed up in the Super Bass music video costume, complete with a motorcycle made of ice. Now, the outfit didn't come without detractors, though, with some other famous rappers taking shots at him, saying, quote, "What the F? Nicki, come get him. LOL." That's 50 Cent saying that. Many people on Twitter came for the rapper with blatant homophobic remarks that were far worse than 50 Cent's. Lil Nas X responded to the haters with this tweet, quote, "Bro, I don't bother a soul in this industry. All I do is tweet and make bangers. Leave me alone, damn." So, what do you make of the hate that he received? And more importantly, how incredible was the costume?
It was so good. I mean, like, here we are talking about people who go all out to the T. Like, if we were to have judged his costume on how accurate and how close it was, to me, it was like almost a perfect 10. So all of these people that are like commenting, even 50 Cent, what are you doing? Why are you even saying anything? I don't get it. It was Halloween. He looked amazing. And all these people like, y'all, all these wannabe warriors behind a keyboard, you know you would not say that to his face. You know you wouldn't even say that to your friend to their face, probably. So why do people feel the need to just be mean and rude behind a keyboard for no reason, for no real reason? I don't understand.
I know. It's really, really crazy. First of all, he looked amazing. He killed the Nicki Minaj costume. Let's just start there, because I don't appreciate that he's receiving, backlash for this costume, because he really killed it. It's also Halloween. I mean, we are supposed to dress like other people. These are costumes, and he pulled it off. I don't know why 50 Cent entered this conversation at all. It's unfortunate, and I don't appreciate it at all. T-Tribe, right? What do you think about this?
Yeah, it's like 50 Cent. Are you like jealous that you didn't dress up as Nicki Minaj? I'm confused. I'm confused where all these feelings are coming from. I don't get it. Are you jealous? We can make you Nicki Minaj. We can make you Cardi B. We can make you whoever you want. But no need to say anything.
I mean, it's really crazy that this is going on. Let's see. Tiny Media says, "I thought he looked amazing." Cecilia saying, "Let him live." She says, "People get backlash for every little thing these days." I agree. Celine says he killed it. It's also opening the door for all the young boys that want to be able to dress like that. Very true. I mean, this just made no sense to me. And Karina says there's a lot of combos that 50 Cent shouldn't have entered. Very funny, Karina. But I think that Rosie says the only woman that killed it was Nicki Minaj. Yes, Nicki Minaj also killed Halloween. Mm-hmm. I mean, celebrities went all out. They usually do. But I feel like this year was a little different because it was that much more fun and effort to dress up, because, we haven't had a lot of fun in our lives lately. So I think people really got into it.
Yeah.
But let's move on to something else, because listen to this. Another celebrity was getting trolled for his Halloween costume this weekend. Travis Scott decided to go as Batman for Halloween this year, dressed in an old school 1989 Michael Keaton Batman costume. Fans, however, decided to come for the rapper, commenting on how the costume appears brown in the photos. So some fans called Travis' costume, quote, UPS Batman, or even compared him to a cockroach. There were also plenty of more racist comments posted to his photos as well, which is horrible and unfortunate. Now, following his trolling online, Travis has taken down his Instagram account. We cannot confirm whether this is related to his Halloween photos, but there is some sort of a connection there. What do you think of Travis's costume, and do you think he has taken down his account because of the hate he received?
I hope not. I hope he's not affected by the wannabe warriors behind a keyboard talking their smack for no reason. I hope not. Like, I don't understand, you guys. Like, that costume looked legit. It looked down to the T. Every person who would ever want to be Batman would want that costume. The color was off, but for all we know, it could have been a filter. It could have been the lighting. It could have been this. And even though, let's say his color is a brown, let's say he went with like a weird bronze color. Okay, so he made it bronze instead of black. What is the big deal? And it doesn't even, like, it looks straight up like from a scene in a movie, and people were hating it. I just don't get it. People just want to be mad. Y'all, like, why do people want to be mad? It is so hard and so much work and energy to be mad and be mean. I don't
know. I completely agree. I thought he looked great. I don't see the backlash he's getting for it. In fact, I don't know if you guys saw Kylie Jenner as King Cobra, but I'm pretty sure, them having such a great relationship, the costume designer that made hers maybe made his as well, or at least someone, had something to do with it. I don't understand why people are hating on this. And like you said, people just love to hate. And I also hope that this is not the reason he deactivated his account, which I assume. I don't think he deleted it because, of course, celebrities, use their social media platforms to promote music and products, and they make money through that. So I don't necessarily see him or his team completely deleting his account. I understand that maybe he deactivated for a moment because it was, the hate he was receiving was going very dark, and he didn't want to kind of have that on his profile. So I understand that. But I also, there's been a lot worse that I'm sure has happened in his life and drama with the Kardashians that he would have deleted this beforehand. You know what I mean? Right. So I hope that's not the case.
Yeah, I think that it just happens to be a coincidence in the timing, and maybe there was reason why he was already planning to deactivate it. There's something brewing up his sleeve. Like, I think it's more of a coincidence. I really hope it wasn't that this just affected him too much, because you can also just turn off the comments, which, I think that sometimes that's like your best option. Just turn off the comments. Let people hate on their own. I just don't get it. And what's funny? It's like, if hypothetically, like if I didn't like, Travis Scott's costume, I would like text you as my friend, be like, oh, did you see it? I did not like it. But not to like be mean. We would just be like, oh, I didn't like it. I didn't like the color. I thought there's a way for you to criticize because you don't like it for X, Y, and Z, but for you to just be rude and mean, it's just like, I can't, Alex, I can't.
I know, Monty. I will never understand that either. I don't understand publicly commenting hurtful things on anyone, celebrity or not, social media profile. I will never understand that. And it's unfortunate because I think he looked great. I don't really see the problem with it. Yes, was the color a little different? Sure, but it's Halloween, guys. Like Karina says, this is really what people did on Halloween. Just hush up and go eat some candy. That's what I'm saying. Just eat a Snickers bar and let's move on, because unnecessary energy.
Hold up, though. I would love right now.
I know, right? What is your favorite candy? Are you a Snickers girl?
I think it would be Twix. I think Twix would be if I had to take one to the end of time. Twix.
Twix is one of my faves. I'm a big Reese's Pieces kind of girl. But yeah, any chocolate. I enjoy sour candy, but I'm a chocolate first. And then like if there's some left over, I'll have a little sour candy,
Probably, I used to like sour, like in high school, like Nerds or like all those like Sour Patch stuff. I used to be into it, but now it's really just like chocolate and fruit. Like that's where I get the other sweetness. Like I go for the fruit after.
Fruit. All right. T-Tribe, let us know in the chat, what is your favorite Halloween candy, since we're on the topic. But we're moving on to some more difficult news, because Justin Bieber's anticipated follow-up to his YouTube documentary series, Justin Bieber's Seasons, dropped at the end of last week, and it shows an intimate look into the mind of one of the pop music's biggest stars. So Justin Bieber Next Chapter, as it's called, catalogs Justin's time during quarantine and offers insight into the music and the mindset that Justin has been operating under over the last year. So one of the most serious moments in the documentary comes when Justin starts to talk about his struggles with mental health issues, including how he experienced suicidal thoughts and consistent pain throughout some of his lowest moments. He said, quote, "There was times where I was really, really suicidal. Like, man, is this pain ever going to go away? It was so consistent. The pain was so consistent. I was just suffering, right? So I'm just like, man, I would rather not feel this than feel this." So this is not the first time Justin has confronted his struggles with mental health. He also addressed the importance of finding an outlet for discussing or working through negative thoughts and emotions last year, and spoke about using community, meditation, and creative outlets to cope with the more difficult times in one's life. So Justin didn't leave the doc on a sour note, however, speaking out about how mental health struggles should be addressed. He said, quote, "I would just encourage people, like, hey, if you're feeling lonely, talk about it. Say it out loud. There's a freedom in that. I could have avoided a lot of pain." So Monsi T Tribe, what do you make of Justin opening up about mental health, and how did you like the documentary?
You know, I think I haven't watched the documentary. It came out on a Halloween weekend. Justin, bear with me. I promise you I'm going to watch it. But this whole thing about mental health and what he said, it's really, again, it's really great when people who have such a big following, who are young and successful, and you know, Bieber was successful at an age that we will never understand what he went through and his emotions. Like, I am sure he experiences things that, you know, we'll never understand. But it's so important for him to say these things. And he also said something very simple that any of us can follow, which is just open up about it. Just say it out loud. You know, sometimes I'm mad or like angry, or I'm just feeling an emotion that I need to release that's not happiness. And I just will call like my friend, and I'm literally like, I just need you to listen to me and nod. And you know, you don't even have to nod. Just be a face there that I can say this out loud to. And it is such a nice sense of release and relief. So like, it's great that his advice is something that requires no money. It requires no resources aside from literally picking up the phone, saying something to a loved one near you, and just saying, I need to say this out loud. Hear me out. I think it's great.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think that we forget as viewers, as fans, that when a person reaches a certain level of celebrity, it is lonely at the top. I know you've heard that before. And I really agree with that. You know, at the end of the day, these people are human. And I'm sure, like you said, you know, achieving that level of fame at such a young age, going through that kind of alone. Yes, he had a team around him. He had his family around him. But at the end of the day, you know, he is the celebrity. And I'm sure it was very lonely. It also makes sense why he released that single so closely to this documentary, because I'm sure, you know, that those kind of correlate, that feeling of a child and being so lonely. I do agree that, you know, just ask for help. And I think that that's something so important, that, you know, you shouldn't be shamed if you feel depressed, or if you feel alone, or if you feel lonely. Like, there are people that can help you and want to help you. Sometimes people don't know you're going through that. So at the end of the day, I think Justin kind of, you know, speaking on this and using his platform to express that is super, super important. And, you know, Justin, of course, receives a lot of hate. As much as he receives praise, some of it, you know, he asked on himself, and others, you know, he doesn't deserve. And I think that I just understand what he's saying. I understand a person feeling that low and that alone, and sadly kind of feeling the need to get to that place, but that you don't have to. And anyone watching that is feeling like this or going through that, just know you're not alone, and you can always ask for help and seek out that help.
Yeah, exactly. And you said it perfectly. I just didn't want to interrupt you, but when you said like, sometimes you can't tell, like your friends, your family, they put on an act. We all put on an act. We just, sometimes we put it on better than others, you know, like,
Right.
and so what we have to remember is that it's okay to feel like this, even if you think you're the only one that's feeling down and depressed. No, man, like we all are going through it. We just go through it at different waves. We handle it differently, and you just have to figure out how you can best handle those down emotions that we all go through, you know. And I like you said, it's a good thing that Justin is being open about it, and especially coming from somebody who really has what you would think everything, and can
Right.
just, you know, happy. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, I also think, you know, there's that quote. I don't know if you've seen it. It kind of circulates the internet. It tells you to check on your strong friends, and it kind of echoes your point. Like, you know, even the people that seem so strongest or that have everything, or the celebrities that are on top, also are human and they go through these emotions. And however you feel about Justin Bieber, no one deserves to feel this way. And I'm happy that he seems to be in a better place. I also like that he talks about finding an outlet for working through these thoughts or discussing it. Of course, his is his music and his faith. So I love that. And I'm excited to watch it because I also haven't watched it yet. Like you said, it came out this weekend and we were very busy, but Justin, we will make sure to watch it. But let's move on to this other news, some lighter news about Gigi and Zayn sharing another photo of their newborn baby girl over the weekend in her Halloween costume. So if you were hoping to see the bundle of joy's face, however, think again. Posting to her Instagram story, Gigi shared this photo with the happy family in their Halloween costumes. The parents made sure to obscure the baby's face, however, keeping the mystery alive for the time being. Now, Mommy Gigi dressed up as the video game character Samus, and Daddy Zayn went as a Slytherin student from the Harry Potter series. Now, we would love to say that the baby's outfit was cute and adorable, but we can really only speak to the knit Hulk hat she is wearing because we can't see anything. So what do you think is making Gigi and Zayn keep their little one so private?
I think it's a lot of things. Honestly, I think it's some normal, you know what I mean? I think it's normal. I think they're in the spotlight. They both know what it's like. So they're trying to protect as much as they can. They're trying to protect their baby because it's going to get to a point where their kid has their own social media and their protection of them, which, as we're talking about, people on social media are so mean and so rude and so hurtful for no reason. So I think it's a lot of things. And also, like, I'm slightly joking here. But do we know that was really their baby? That could have been anybody. That could have been,
That's true.
it could have been a doll. It could have been a dog wrapped in a Hulk costume. That's what makes me laugh about that picture. Y'all, we didn't even get an arm in that one. We didn't even get the hand. We didn't get
It's so funny, you know, but I agree. And I understand their reasoning behind keeping their child private. You know, they signed up for this celebrity world, but their child didn't necessarily, sign up for it. And a lot of celebrities do this with their children. I don't know if you saw, this is a whole nother topic, but Kristen Cavallari and Jay Cutler were co-parenting this weekend with their children. They took a photo all together as a family. And she's, you know, the kids are older, you know, they're, much older than toddlers. They're maybe 5 and above. I don't know exactly, but she still, you know, puts emojis over their faces and respects their privacy. So this is not off-brand for celebrities, and I totally understand. But being a fan of the two, you just want to see it eventually. You know, you want to see the baby because we love them and we want to support them. But like you said, social media there's a lot of good that comes with social media, but there's a lot of hate that comes with social media. And I just feel bad for them. But I also want to move on to this next story about Noah Centineo and Stassi, because they've been spotted together again. If they don't want people to think they are dating, they really need to stop getting spotted being so lovey with each other in public. So the couple was spotted twice over the Halloween weekend, once towards the end of last week at a Kylie Jenner hosted bash in West Hollywood, and another at a Halloween party on Saturday, being Kendall's. I always forget that Kendall's birthday is Halloween because I don't remember until we see the photos after the fact. But like going into Halloween, I always forget that. So the first party had Noah dressed up in a dark jacket and a headband. Is that a costume? We don't know. And then Stassi joining Kylie Jenner's girl group entourage as the pink Power Ranger. I don't know if you guys saw it. That was super cute. They all dressed in as the Power Ranger. I saw a lot of Power Rangers and I saw a lot of Powder Puff Girls this Halloween. I don't know if you saw it, right?
Yes.
So
I saw this
Saturday.
How just like Halloween, there's like one theme that everyone seems to jump on. It's so weird how that happens.
Yeah.
Yes, carry on.
And we saw a lot of course, Carole Baskin and Tiger King, which we spoke about on Friday. But Saturday had the couple dressing up with Stassi as Chucky and Noah as one of her victims. It was cute. She was scary, you know how I feel about Chucky. But both occasions had them spotted by the Paps either holding hands or making out. So maybe the rumors surrounding their possible Vegas marriage over the summer were a little more real than they wanted us to believe. So do you think these two are dating, Monty and T-Tribe? And do you think they may have gotten married drunkily in Vegas?
No, I don't. Straight up from the thing from Vegas, no, I don't think that happened. And for a while, like these rumors have been, circulating for a minute. And I just really think that they are friends with benefits. Honestly, I think they're just like really good friends who kind of like each other. And they probably have this understanding like this is easier if you and I can just like hook up and not really worry about dating other people because they probably don't want anything serious. So I honestly, I think they're just friends with benefits. I could be wrong. I know that now there's a little bit more PDA, but I don't think there's anything really serious between them right now. I think they're both living their life and they have found a perfect relationship for each other.
Yeah. Karina says, nah, Noah's mine. Stassi, go take Zayn. He's waiting, girl. Yeah, I kind of agree with you, but I also think that Noah Centineo has been, he was with Alexis Ren before this. He loves that kind of blonde bombshell, even though Alexis is a brunette. I actually don't know where she stands right now, but she goes back and forth. So I think that this makes sense to me. So them dating wouldn't surprise me. They're in that kind of young Hollywood age group. They both love going out. Noah seems very like relationship, monogamous type of man, even though he, we know him as this kind of like, not playboy because that's the wrong word, but we love him, you know what I mean? Like he's a one woman man, or he has been at least. So I see this happening and it kind of makes sense to me.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but like he was in a relationship and he is what we think is a one man type or a one woman type of man, but maybe he's enjoying his life right now. I just think they both have so much going on. And if I were either of them right now at this like prime peak point in my life, I would take things just very slowly and cautiously and not rush into anything. And I think that's exactly what they've been doing. And that's why I think that they just have established or found a really perfect balance of what they are for each other right now.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, let them have fun. They are young and beautiful, and why not? I would like to know a little bit more about Stassi. I feel like we get a sense here and there through Kylie and, of course, her own social media. But I know a lot about Noah because I followed all the movies. I've had to cover events. So, I know a lot about Noah. I don't know too much about Stassi, and I would love to learn a little bit more about her personality, who she is, and all of that. Wouldn't you?
Yes, I agree with you. I think that there is something like a layer of Stassi that we really haven't peeled. Like, it's interesting. I wonder if it's her. I wonder if, there's a reason behind it, or maybe this is just how she is, like very private, very, but I'm with you. What we know about her in comparison to others is very minimal.
Yeah, exactly. All right, well, let's move on to this exciting Taylor Swift news. Swifties in the chat, I know, are going to go crazy because remember last year when Scooter Braun bought the rights to Taylor Swift's old albums, and there was a big fight over the whole thing and a lot of drama? Well, Taylor Swift's contract stipulated that by November 2020, she would be allowed to re-record her old albums and put them out. Well, Swifties did not forget about the importance of today's date, and ever since the clock struck midnight on Saturday, they have been going wild. So fans took to Twitter to unleash their excitement, saying, quote, November is here. This is the month I've been most looking forward to since like July, August last year, and I'm so excited. Taylor can re-record. Hashtag Taylor is free. Taylor is free. So another user wrote, quote, it's officially November, which means Taylor can start re-recording her first 5 albums this month. Taylor is free. Hashtag Taylor is free. Another user wrote, quote, the whole year felt like a whirlwind, and now finally Taylor is free. We will all be deleting all of her old music from our playlists and apps, and we'll only be streaming Taylor's art owned by Taylor. That's it. Hashtag Taylor is free. So like the fan said, Taylor is free to record her music, re-record. She spoke last year about how she is excited about redoing albums 1 through 5 all over again, and how she believes that artists should own their own work. So are you excited for the album to come out again? For albums, should I say? Do you think Taylor will re-record in order, or is an album you'd like her to start with?
I want her to do it in order, or it just all be messy and mixed together, and maybe like, 5 albums, but all the songs are just all over the place. Either that or go in order. Go in order, because it's
Right?
just back through like living through the time in our lives when she released those albums. I'm so stoked about it. I'm so stoked to hear these songs again and see if like something different comes out of these albums.
Right. Yeah. No, I would like to see it in order too, because, the first album, we haven't heard those songs in years. So it'd be nice to kind of reminisce, like you said, and just relive those times in our lives. I also hope, and I assume Taylor will do this because Taylor is super creative and the team around her, and she always, surprises us. So I hope the re-recorded albums will have either some like duets on some of her old songs, or maybe bonus tracks, like some songs that may have not made the album, but will make these re-recorded albums. Like, I know she's going to give us some more, right?
Yeah. Or even just like a slight remix of a song, maybe. Yeah.
Yes.
And she's going to do it. Like you said, she's super creative. She's just not going to let it be the exact same thing again. So I'm looking forward to it. And obviously, like the staple songs that we love, it's like, give us that, don't change that, but then maybe give us a bonus track. Like 100% with you, girl. So with you.
Exactly. I want to shout out Fernando in the chat. So he's asking, do you guys think she will make music videos for the album? That'll be interesting because, she's already had music videos for a lot of these songs. So that'll be interesting to see if she will reshoot music videos. Like, it'll kind of be the same, not to compare to Justin Bieber, but reflecting back on a younger Taylor as older Taylor. It'd be cool to see this. It's a lot of effort, but Taylor has it in her. All in all, I'm happy to hear that she will now own this music, which is the most important part of this. And I'm very, very excited for her.
Right. For sure. I think we all are. And it's like, I'm not an artist in any way, like singing music, I don't know anything. But when you found out, or when I started finding out that artists don't own the rights to their music, I was like, huh? What? But she wrote it. It's her song. That's insane to me. And that's just the business side of it, which is always the worst part in a lot of situations. Clearly, the business side of the music industry sucks. So I feel bad for these artists, but I'm glad that Taylor is opening a door and changing, hopefully, the future of up-and-coming artists that don't have to deal with what she had to go through.
Yes, completely agree. All right. Well, speaking of some more music, let's move on, because Halloween being over doesn't mean we still don't have parties to attend. They're just maybe virtual. So COVID lockdown continues, and while the week is sure to be dominated by the American presidential elections happening tomorrow, make a plan to go vote, people, if you haven't. You can have a nice palate cleanser at the end of the week with 2 live stream concerts. So Niall Horan is set to perform at the prestigious Royal Albert Hall in London on November 7th, with proceeds going toward his touring crew and music industry workers affected by the pandemic. We spoke about this before. He'll be performing hits from his 2 albums. There will be 2 American shows starting at 8 p.m., whether on the East or West Coast, and tickets are $20. And you may need to make some serious decisions, though, because Kylie Minogue is going to be having another concert at the same time in both time zones. Kylie will be performing some of her classic songs as well as new ones from her upcoming album Disco. Tickets also will be $20. So, Monsi and T-Tribe, which concert would you want to attend? And what do we think about tickets being sold for $20?
All right, so the money thing. Listen, we all in a pandemic. We all have to kind of be ballers on a budget right now. So maybe $20 is a little much, which we've said. I would really like it for it to be like $5, $10 with the option of donating more if your money is going towards something. And I think like you would get way more people to do it, but $20 sounds like a lot. I saw Meghan Trainor in person for $40. So to pay $20 to see you in a screen seems a little much. And you said it perfectly before we got on the show, how we're used to concerts in person. So for us, this is this isn't fulfilling in any way. It's honestly like we are just watching almost like a music video or like they're performing at an awards show. It does not fill the shoes in of going to a real concert. And I have felt like that about the whole thing. And even if like I want to see, Kylie Minogue do a song, I'll look back days later and find the one song I like. But I don't know if I'm gonna sit through it,
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. Getting used to this virtual concert is tough. We grew up watching concerts in person, having the energy of, the music blasting in our ears and, that tall person in front of you that you can't really see well, or, those long lines waiting at the concession stand. I mean, I could go on and on, but it's part of the concert experience. And that is kind of lacked. But it's for a good reason. We all have to remember why we are at home watching these virtual concerts. I do appreciate that the money will go to a good cause. His touring crew and music industry workers that have been affected by the pandemic. So I like all of it, and possibly I'll tune in. But I do think that I like your idea of the $5 to $10 with the option to donate more. I kind of like that. I feel like more artists can get on that road.
Right. And also, like, if I paid $20, wouldn't you feel like, okay, I really do have to sit through this concert and watch it. I paid $20 to sit here. Even if it sucks, I'm going to have to sit through it. But if I paid like $5, it's like I could go in and out. I would be like, oh, tuning in, maybe walk away, tune back in. Like, it's just too much.
I agree. All right. But something that is not too much is this next story. So our last music story comes from the scariest thing we saw over the weekend, something so horrifying. We want to warn viewers before showing you. So take a look at this right now.
It's time.
So Mariah is back, and she is bringing music with her, of course, and her iconic song, All I Want for Christmas Is You. Being the only artist to truly understand that you can't start Christmas until after Halloween has wrapped up, we're looking at you, Jonas Brothers. Mariah posted this to her Twitter over the weekend with the caption, "Guess what?" So it is official. The song that is, the theme of the holiday season is here. I love that she added in parentheses, "Let's get through Thanksgiving first," because as you know, T-Tribe, Monsi and I are very upset that people are releasing holiday songs before we get through Halloween, now before Thanksgiving. But listen, I can be a little bit more accepting of holidays starting November 1st, just not before Halloween. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So what did you think of Mariah's post? And did you think it was funny?
Hilarious and so perfect. Cause like you said at the end where she's like, let's get through Thanksgiving. Like it was perfect. She's like, I know you're ready. Everybody's ready. I'm ready. But also we're not there just yet. Not right exactly there. But it was so funny. Her little dog behind her is like, what is happening? She's just, it's so funny of a video. I loved it.
Right? I want to shout out Tiny Media because she said, sis, ready for that Christmas coin. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. I just want to know the amount of money Mariah Carey makes every year and just in her lifetime for that song. You know what I mean? Because it is such a staple of everyone's holiday season. Like, once you start hearing that song, like the holidays are here and you're okay with it. You know what I mean? Like, it's incredible. Many people have released holiday music, and for some reason, Mariah's has stuck with us and been the theme song.
It really is. It is like the holiday theme song for the US. Like, it is insane how year after year we get a new song. We'll listen to the Jonas Brothers this year for sure. And the minute Mariah's song comes out, everyone's like, oh, okay, it's Mariah. Everybody be quiet. It's official. It's so funny how that happened for her. I don't want to know how much she makes. You want to know? I don't want to know how much she makes from this song. It's going to upset me. And when I say upset, it's going to make me jealous. That's what it's going to make me.
Yes, but she deserves it. I mean, I absolutely love that song. I play it on repeat and I appreciate it. So I want to give her the coin every year. I'm going to give her 100,000 streams this holiday season. But T-Tribe, are you excited for the holidays and, Mariah kind of entering or introducing us to that? Let us know in the chat. But it's about that time for our Car Jenner tea time. So beep, beep, let us in those gates because we are talking about Miss Kendall Jenner's Halloween bash this weekend that everyone is loving to hate. Kendall Jenner threw a Halloween party to celebrate her 25th birthday on Saturday. It was a star-studded affair with Kendall dressed as Pamela Anderson. She looked amazing. Other celebs in attendance included Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber, Doja Cat, Jaden Smith, Saweetie, Travis Scott, Kanye West, The Weeknd, and more. Some of the highlights of the party were definitely the costumes people came in, specifically what Kanye dubbed the greatest costume of the year with The Weeknd's Nutty Professor, which we talked about at the top of the show. I mean, that is The Weeknd. Can you believe that? Like,
no,
it's crazy.
No.
Oh my God. So guests were asked not to post anything to social media. So there was a little flyer when they came in not to post anything, but that rule quickly fell to the wayside and the results were predictable. I mean, even her own family was posting to social media. So no one really followed that rule. Fans, of course, were not happy about the party, criticizing Kendall for the lack of safety precautions surrounding the event. One user wrote, quote, "Not Kendall Jenner throwing a whole ass Halloween birthday party last night, and Kylie, Saweetie, Doja, Winnie, Justin, Jaden, etc. attending and proudly posting about it like we're not in the middle of an effing pandemic." Another user wrote, quote, "The US hit 100,000 plus cases yesterday, and Kendall Jenner threw a birthday party with no masks, of course. Meanwhile, the rest of us were all inside and not allowed to celebrate with our friends, but we're the problem." So, Monty T-Tribe, do you think it was appropriate for Kendall to throw this huge party during the pandemic? Or do you think she shouldn't be receiving this much hate?
So, is it irresponsible? Maybe. We don't know what precautions they took. Maybe everybody really went through all of the measures that are necessary for them to be in this area together without masks. We really don't know. So, like, depending on that situation, I guess we could say it was irresponsible, but maybe it wasn't. And it kind of goes the same thing with Kim. Like, I think people are just mad because we couldn't have a Halloween like we wanted to, or like what we were expecting. This entire year, I feel like everybody was like, "Oh, Halloween this year is gonna be lit." I sound like the guy from Superstore. What's his name? Sorry. We went into a different train of thought. but everybody thought it was going to be lit because it was a Saturday, because the extra hour, like everybody was so stoked. So I think people are just like a little bit jealous, a little upset that we don't have the resources to have a birthday or a party like that. And she tried. She said, don't post anything, because she knew it. She knew people were going to be mad.
Yeah.
So she tried.
That's what I'm saying. I think at the end of the day, the Kar Jenners or Kendall herself, thought it was a little irresponsible to be having this party, which is why, she had the flyer that said don't post anything to social media, which is something, we've all talked about before. It's like, why are they posting these photos? It's one thing if they're celebrating, but why are they posting? I do hope that there were, precautions followed and that everyone was tested. We don't know those answers. So to sit here and just, send hate towards that when maybe all the precautions were followed is just not fair. I do think that, I understand where people are coming from, but again, I think it's misdirected anger, and I don't think that the anger should be directed at the right people. And I don't necessarily think that, at the end of the day, it isn't illegal to celebrate your birthday during this time. The size of the party, sure. They were at Harriet's rooftop, which is an outdoor rooftop. I mean, it's closed in by plexiglass, but I saw some tweets that saying she had an indoor party. It's technically a rooftop. And again, not defending the situation, just don't think that, she should be receiving so much hate for this if the necessary precautions were followed. And I guess that's something we will or will never know. You know what I mean?
Exactly. We really won't know exactly what they did or what they all had to go through. We really don't. And it's just, it sucks, but I would be lying if I said that if I had, the money, resources, and power like they did, and it was my birthday, that I wouldn't do the same thing. I would be lying.
Right. There are a lot of people that aren't celebrities that are doing this as well. So, of course, they are in the spotlight. So, you have better insight into this. But I want to shout out Lois Speaks that says, another news source I watched this AM reported that they were tested on the spot. So maybe they had those rapid COVID tests to make sure everyone was okay. But let's get to the costumes, because I do think there were some great costumes there. Of course, Hailey Bieber was Nurse Ratched. She looked great. Kylie Jenner was King Cobra, which we talked about before. Monty, I know you didn't like her fangs. You thought they were do her little head, snake head.
Yeah. It was like this. Look at this. Okay, how are you drinking? How are you eating? How are you looking and not bumping into the walls left and right? I'm more about comfort. Like, it's not about that she doesn't look great. She looks fabulous. But that headpiece, it's literally tacky. I would be like, I'm sorry. I would have smacked those fangs out of my face and broken them 20 minutes into the party. Like, I would have taken the photos and maybe taken off the headpiece, because it just looked like there was an obstructed view all night, preventing her from drinking her 1942 Don Julio. And I'm just looking out for her, Alex. That's it.
Listen, I get it. I hear you guys in the chat. Some of you are upset. Crystal says, not surprised she had a party, but it's so selfish and gross. Be a better influencer. McCole says, there were so many Halloween parties everywhere this weekend. No one should be mad at just them. I stayed behind at home. Yeah, it is one's choice to either participate in something like this or not. Do you know what I mean? Like, we have to, if we're going to get mad at Kendall, we also have to, acknowledge that the celebrities had a choice whether or not to attend this party. So Stephanie says it doesn't matter what they did. Like I said, it's not safe. It's a horrible influence. People can be asymptomatic. Eric Jr. says people need to stay home. Simple as that. So there's a lot of, mixed feelings on this party. Right. But at the end of the day, as we're talking, we have to talk about this next story, because we don't know what's going on. Scott Disick was spotted entering Kendall's Halloween birthday party on Saturday with Lisa Rinna's daughter, Amelia Hamlin, close behind. Scott dressed up as Ace Ventura this year, and Amelia was spotted as a candy girl, complete with candy clothes and a bag full of sweets. Many outlets have been reporting over the last 2 days on the two being spotted together, but we have some questions related to this line of thought. First of all, neither of them were seen actually together. Reports all say that they were photographed separately and that they were heading to the same place. So there are other photos. You see Amelia with girlfriends in similar outfits getting into kind of what looks like a party bus or a van. So there were other people there. Okay. While Scott has been spotted out with many women since his breakup with Sophia Richie, he has yet to be connected to anyone full time, and pics taken while on vacation with Kourtney Kardashian for Kim's 40th birthday would lead us to believe that she is, if anyone is, his main priority right now. Lastly, isn't Amelia Hamlin dating someone else right now? I know she was dating Mercer Wiederhorn. I don't know actually if they're still together, but it's weird for her to be spotted with Scott. So they're going to the same party, Kendall's party, of course. This doesn't seem like anything to me. It seems like a little bit of a reach. Monty T Tribe, what do you think about this whole possible rumored couple again? Scott just can't catch a break.
No, nothing, girl. It's just some people at these news outlets got bored and they were like, listen, they both came to the same party. They weren't even coming together, but we're going to connect them. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Nothing.
Right?
I know.
I feel like this is completely reaching. It doesn't make sense. And that's all we'll have to say about that. But let's get into our OMT story of the day. Monty T Tribe, get those crowns in the chat because we have some Selena tea for you today. And Selenators around the world were incredibly worried for Selena following a recent video she posted to her Instagram where she spoke to Timothée Chalamet about voting. So in the video, you can see that Selena has an IV in her arm as she relaxes in bed. Now, this caused an uproar from fans freaking out about the possible reasoning behind the IV. But relax, people. TMZ reported that a source close to Selena can confirm that the IV was just a vitamin drip. So many people use vitamin drips to stay healthy, especially when the seasons start to change and the flu is upon us. After getting a flu shot, it is one of the better things you can do if you can afford it and don't hate needles. It's cute how concerned her fans got. But do you think Selenators got too hyped by this whole thing? Selena is usually very open about what problems she has, and she didn't really make mention of this at all, even though some fans were acknowledging it.
Yeah, I think that Selenators they just love Selena so much. And like, we love her so much. You know, she just has so many people that want her to be successful and be healthy and happy and all these things. So people, and based on her medical history, we know she's had issues. I think people kind of jump immediately to being worried versus thinking anything else could have been the IV, you know, like they all instantly went to, she's in danger. Why does she have that? And, you know, I feel like when I first saw it, I didn't even notice the IV, if I'm being completely honest, because she didn't even act like anything, you know, she was just chilling there.
Right.
Like, I honestly didn't even see it the first time around. But it's good that somebody has said something and told us what it is so people can be a little bit happier and more relaxed on the situation. But it's Selena. She just people love her and nobody wants to see her suffer or be in pain. And many people just jumped on that bad, oh, something's happening versus thinking, oh, I wonder why she has an IV.
Totally. And I think it's very natural for Selenators to be concerned about Selena because, of course, you know, she had her kidney transplant, you know, she had her lupus diagnosis, you know, she has a lot of, you know, health struggles that she deals with. So it's very natural for them to kind of go there. And at the end of the day, you know, they're just being kind and looking out for her. But I'm happy to hear that it was nothing more serious and that, you know, these sources close to her reported that it was just a vitamin drip. I've never gotten one. Actually, that is a lie. I have received one before. They're very helpful. They give you a lot of energy. And I think it's great that she's kind of keeping these vitamins in her system during this season, and happy to hear that it's nothing worse because, of course, we love Selena and wish her well.
Yeah, for sure. I've never done it. I don't know if I could, like, I'm not terrified of needles. If you give me a shot, I just like look away. I remember being like 6 years old and my mommy telling me, don't look at the needle, just look away and it'll be a lot easier for you. So that's still how I do it till this day. I just look away. But if there was like if I'm just sitting there like in my room chilling with like a IV, I don't know if I could not look at it. Like I would just be so focused in on it.
I know.
I don't know. I don't know.
No, I hear you. I was terrified as a child about, needles. I still don't love them. So you don't have this on the reg if you don't like needles. But like we said, this is, a positive thing that it wasn't anything worse. But on that note, Monsi, that is all the tea we have to spill today. Thanks again for joining me and spilling all this celebrity tea on this Monday morning. What a fun show, recapping all the Halloween fun, good and bad. But we'll be back tomorrow, same time, 8:30 Pacific Standard Time for Tequila Tuesday. Bring your tequila and we'll bring the tea. Monsi, if they want more of you after the show, where can they find you?
Yeah, you guys can find me at Monsi Bolanos. And if you want to see my scar look from Halloween, you can go to my Instagram and you will see what my friend transformed me into, which was just incredible. Alex, where can they get more of you and your fabulous hair today? Your hair is so alive, like just full.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Well, you can get more of me on all my social media platforms at Alex Schiffman, just like it's spelled here. And of course, if you're new here, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. If you're an after sipper, share your thoughts in the comments below. And it's time to wash our hands. Everyone, be safe, and we'll see you tomorrow. Mwah.